They call it the Golden Horseshoe, but the gold's been stripped. From the H down to the border, the water's cold and the secrets are deeper. The news gives you the script, but the streets give you the truth. Look at the dirt, look at the farms.
Stay awake.
Yo, soot on the window, the animals breathing heavy and labored. Where the rent's a madness and nobody's doing no favors. 2,000 heads sleeping rough on Barton and Birch, while the city hall suits leave the vulnerable in the lurch. Affordable housing, that's a myth the ghost man's chasing, while they clearing the tents and the traumas with their erasing. Gore Park's a war zone, now locks on, tucked in the tech fleets. Addiction's a shadow that don't give no peace. They're building the condos, they're pushing the poverty out, but you can hide the struggle, that's not what the city's about. It's a cycle of grit from the mountain down to the bay, where the system's corrupt and the people are forced to pay.
Dip across the skyway, yeah, the air gets thin and it's eerie. Heading past St. Kitts, all the way down to Fort Erie. You see the vineyards, the orchards, the scenic display, but there's captive souls in the barns where the sunlight don't stray.
We ain't just talking about grapes or the labor they use. We're talking about daughters kidnapped, lost in the news. Human trafficking's peaked, it's a high-stakes political game, while the girls are being sold and the monsters don't have a name. Held in the back rows, tucked away in the Niagara dark, while the ones in charge are just looking for a way to make a mark. The inside job at the region, the hiring scams and the lies, covering for the devils while the innocent family cries.
The falls are falling, but the silence is way too loud. Truth's in a shallow grave, lost inside the mist in the clouds.
From the farms in the valley to the precinct hall,
there's a debt coming due that's gonna break us all.
Yeah, the horseshoe is rusting, the gold turned to lead.
Don't believe the lies,
remember what the streets say. Yeah, blue lights on the queue, man's checking the mirror for the boys. Who's watching the watchers while they're making all of that noise? 4 years for a crib, that's the wait list length for a home, but they got infinite bans for the sirens to roam.
Remember the women of Ontario slapped with the cuffs at the gate just for asking for truth. Now they're left to the hands of the state. Police brutality's peak, check the sue files and the stats. They're protecting the black, and just like the streets, they're silencing the rats who suspended with pay. Millions drained while the public's ignored, while the mothers can't even afford any of the food at the stores. They try to silence the rumor mill, call it a conspiracy plot, but we see the dockets, we see who they're leaving to rot.
From Port Colborne to Thurwell, the silence is bought and sold. The same names in the papers, the same stories getting old. The disclosure issues that made the RCMP cases go ghost.
Who's the big man in the shadows that's acting as the host?
Sex trade in the suburbs, tucked behind a picket fence. The involvement of the higher-ups is making it all too tense. They're trafficking life while they're dining at the fancy estates, changing the laws while they're locking the iron gates. But the 9 to 5 remembers, the hammer don't ever forget. The horseshoe is heavy, and we haven't seen the worst.